Hello, and welcome to
Gank That Drink!
A supernatural drinking game podcast. This is episode 1 of season 3.
What?
Season 3.
Yeah, season 3. Short as it may be.
It's only 16 episodes, so it'll only be 8 episodes of Gank That Drank. It was cut short by the writers' strike in 2007-2008.
Wow, that dates it.
Really? It
really dates it. Yeah.
So we are going to... You want to explain what we do?
Yeah, we'll explain what we do. Yeah, because we do all sorts of things. But the main thing is we are out to cultivate the perfect drinking game for each individual supernatural season.
That's right.
And we are now upon season 3. And each season we've done something different. The first season we did...
we each drew out of a hat.
Yeah, we drew out of a hat each episode and played different rules each episode.
Mm-hmm.
Then last season we added rules cumulatively as the season went on until about 2/3 of the way through we started subtracting rules that we felt were irrelevant.
Yeah, we're quite hitting yet.
Yeah, so we've gone about this a couple different ways. And for season 3... we had the idea.
Take it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We're going to play other people's drinking game rules.
Right. We're going to do what the internet does best, and we're going to crowdsource our material. Mm-hmm. We're going to content moderate for everybody here. But no, there's lots of different variations of supernatural drinking games that are out there amongst the interwebs.
Some of them handwritten on Pinterest.
A lot of them.
We're starting with a handwritten one.
Oh, naturally.
That we found on Pinterest. It's actually from something called keywordbasket.com. I don't know what that is or means.
But thanks, keywordbasket.com.
Yeah. Also, spoilers. If you haven't seen the episodes and you don't want us to spoil them for you, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the episodes while significantly tipsier for having played the rules.
Yeah. But chances are, if you're here, you've probably seen it.
You've probably seen it.
Or at least are familiar with what's going on.
And furthermore, we encourage you to play along with us. We're going to tell you the drinking game rules up front. We're going to tell you what 2 episodes we're watching. Then you could, and this is what I recommend you do, pause this.
In real time.
Watch the episodes and drink with us. Then come back, push play, and it'll be like we're all in this together.
Yeah, just like a High School Musical. We'll all be in it together.
Yep.
Do it. Treat yourself.
Otherwise, it'll just be as if we time traveled and arrived drunker 1 second later.
And it'll be very strange listening. Although that, I will admit, is how I listen to the show myself.
Yep.
But that's because I live it.
So season 3 of Supernatural, all their ratings are going to be in the 3 millions. They're sort of struggling. The network doesn't know what it's going to do, and then the writer's strike happens, so they end up changing around the order of the episodes that they do and ending it before the intention was there to end it. They also, the writers, they're sort of hearing what people are saying, and they're trying to change it up by adding some new characters that we'll meet throughout this season that got mixed reviews.
One of my faves, though.
Yeah.
One of my faves. Is this, and I know we'll obviously get to it if it is this Lauren Cohen's season?
Yep, Lauren Cohen.
Yes.
Is going to show up.
Yes.
Yeah, and so this is a short season, but it has some of my favorite episodes, including A Very Supernatural Christmas.
Oh, of course.
Mystery Spot. Just some Ghost Facers, some really good ones.
I believe, Bedtime Stories is a pretty good one, if I remember right. Yeah,
there's the one with the Lucky Rabbit's Foot. It's a favorite. But tonight we're watching Season 3, Episode 1. It's episode 45 overall, The Magnificent Seven. This is a Kim Manners, Eric Kripke episode. Aired on October 4th, 2007. 2.97 million viewers.
Yeah, and we left off with the gate to hell being open, so we're excited to get to it. And the second episode tonight is The Kids Are All Right. That is a I can never say this name.
It's not Manners and Kripke.
It's not Manners and Kripke. Kripke was the writer, but yeah, it's not Manners. But yeah, it's I don't have the viewership
October
in front of me. October 11th. There we go.
3.16 million. So it went up a little bit.
Boom. Bada bing.
Okay, so let's talk about the rules we're playing. Like we said, these are handwritten from keywordbasket.com. And it's very nice handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, someone took their time with it. It's on a college-ruled notebook.
Very organized.
Very, very organized, very detailed. The first rule we're going to skip.
It's a Castiel rule.
Yeah, so he's not going to be here. But the second rule says, Bobby says, idiots or balls, take 3 sips.
Sam interrupts Dean while interrogating 2 sips.
Someone says, so get this, 2 sips. I love that
Someone
one.
says, Gank, 1 shot.
Yeah, we should probably finish our drinks on this show for that. Daddy Winchester is mentioned, 3 sips.
I already went over this with the other detective. 3 sips.
Son of a bitch. 1 shot, and we don't have. There's other bitch ones on here, so yeah.
A deal is made with a demon. 2 sips.
Turns out the body was cremated. 2 sips. I like that. That's a good one. Yeah.
The bitch jerk rule. 1 shot.
Dean is eating something. 3 sips.
Classic rock music plays. 1 shot. I don't know.
God, these people in the shots. Yeah. Sam explains the lore. 3 sips.
Sam's size is mocked.
Mm-hmm. Dean avoids a sensitive subject. 3 sips.
Mama Winchester's brought up. That's a shot.
Yep. And the boys get punched in the face. That's a shot.
And the Impala has a beauty shot. It's 1 shot. This is too many shots.
It's a lot of shots. So we're probably not going to play the measurements exactly to their ability, but we'll take drinks for each one of these.
We'll keep track of when they're happening so that we can let you know.
Right. You can go hardcore on this.
Yeah. You know what you're doing tomorrow.
It's a Thursday somewhere in time for us, so there is work in the morning.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go watch The Magnificent Seven.
Yeah,
the kids are all right.
Yeah, 2 movie titles.
Yep. And we'll see you on the other side. And we're back.
Yes, we are. That was fun. Those were a couple good episodes.
I think pretty much all of season 3 is fairly solid.
So we started with the Magnificent Seven.
Yep. Which I love that it started with that Road So Far recap.
Yes. It was a great Road So Far recap. A couple rules hit in it, which was fun.
And there was so much smooching. Like, they had a lot of Sam and Dean, macking on some lady people.
Yeah. And that's where the episode starts, is with Dean getting with, I guess, 2 women in a hotel room and Sam sitting in the car. We said that this season we just got to play a horny Dean rule.
Horny Dean.
Because it happens.
Horn dog Dean. We thought it happened a lot in season 1. It really didn't.
Yeah. No, it
Season 3.
Season 3, when he's got a year to live, he's just all about getting some. All right. Where do we... I don't even know how we get to our main story from here.
A whole bunch of demons. They show them escaping the Hell's Gate, and then one of them zaps into this guy.
Yeah, and then this guy starts going around. Oh, yeah, we get the lady with the shoes. That's kind of like the first memorable point.
I want those shoes,
lady.
Which is like... Come on. A woman who wants shoes, and the shoes are green. Come on, guys.
Green with envy.
That's what I'm saying.
It's right on the nose. Right on the nose.
Be more creative.
I liked it.
And they showed this guy, the guy who got possessed by envy, he's looking at the cars up and down his street and, envious that his car isn't as nice, so I get it, but... A woman in shoes, a dude who likes car. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Work a little harder.
So they go, and then basically this episode is the 7 deadly sins, right? The Magnificent Seven. So the 7 deadly sins are reaping their way across the... Not reaping, but they're making their way across the land.
In
this one town, not across the land.
And they like to hang out together.
Right, and they have a bar that they go to.
Yeah.
And we meet...
But here's what I wonder is, in the other world, we get to see glimpses of it sometimes in actual hell. And, like, are the 7 deadly sins, they're just, like, they're literal demons who are hanging out just like, hey. Hey.
Right, and that's what
Oh, doors open. Come on, guys.
There was a little confusion for me in that, too. Of like, I get that we have all these other demons, and they're, like, people who... I don't think they're ever super clear on how demons get created or made.
Right. Or how, like, a particular group of them gets out.
Right, and so I guess the 7 deadly sins, they're demons right now. Mm-hmm. Just like death is someone that we meet in the show and all this other stuff. Yeah, the horseman and all that. So, so they go and they get this family who then get touched by sloth, and then Bobby and the boys end up finding this family has been rotting there for a while, and. We had the one with envy, and then we meet our 2 other hunters in this episode, whose names I wrote down are
Tara,
Tamara,
Tasha, Tamara.
And,
I mean, it's people of color. That's nice. Yeah, but they don't last long, which is not nice.
No. She yells his name too, and I forget what it was. Oh well. Good on me for remembering that or writing it down, but. Yeah, her husband, or the husband hunter, drinks a bunch of
Drano or something.
Yeah, it's like Drano, and it's like forced by the demons, and that was like gluttony, like forces him to do that or whatever.
So gross.
So we get like Dean gets the Grade 7 reference in there. Mm-hmm. So this episode was very much like, okay, we're doing a 7 deadly sins thing. And
they really just lure them someplace where they've got a bunch of devil's traps.
Yeah, all over, and they don't fall for some of them. And but then throughout the episode, we get these glimpses and these little shots of one of my favorite characters that we've talked about it a bunch, Ruby. Yay, she starts following him, and then
Ruby 1.0.
Yeah, Ruby. Yeah, this is before. Oh man, this is like, was it Aunt Viv on Fresh Prince gets switched out? Yeah, this is Ruby 1.0, and she comes in, saves the day, swoops in as the boys are facing all these
with a magical knife.
These demons, she's got her knife and she stab and gets rid of a bunch of them, and they're like, "What?" And then she runs away.
Yeah. There's a nice moment in this one where where the envy demon is like, "You're all just animals. Like, we're not sins. It's just your human nature." Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, yeah, that's. I mean,
isn't
not
that
the
us
worst.
Anyway?
Not the worst of it, but like, it's turning away from the subtler shades of gray that make you go all the way black.
Right, and that's where we start to see this show kind of dip into this, and especially with Ruby, and we get to Crowley into this like,
our demon's all bad, right. And she in the next episode calls him a racist for like automatically hating her because she's a demon, and it's like, yeah, okay. That's a question that they bring up a lot, which is, the only good demon is a dead demon? Yeah. Is that true?
I don't think so. We all carry our demons inside of us.
Yeah, man. All right, so then we go to the kids are all right.
Yes.
And now we're into this thing of like...
The kids were definitely not all right in this episode.
Not. They were creepy suck-face monsters.
Yeah.
And this is like... So the clown was the second episode of the last season. So you get this sort of heavy... Here's what we're dealing with this season, episode 1. And then episode 2 is like, let's get a little goofy. Mm-hmm. So they go back to this town where we meet Lisa and Ben, who are like Dean's long-lost love and possibly his son,
baby mama. Yeah.
And while they're there, they find all these mysterious accidents have been happening around town to like all of the fathers, and all of the mothers are like a little creeped out by their little kids who are like, "I love you, mommy."
Yeah. I love you, mommy. I want ice cream, mommy.
I'm hungry, mommy.
Nah.
Super creepy. We have some really nice moments with Dean where he's like teaching the kid to bully the bullies.
Mm-hmm. That scene sticks out in my memory of this episode is Dean with that kid.
Yeah. Like at the birthday party where they're just like sort of mirroring each other. Like that's some really good Jensen Ackles acting.
And good on that kid for like being able to do a good Dean impression.
Yeah. It was very cute.
Yeah.
And we learn, and Ruby keeps showing up.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of the creepy little girl trope of just a creepy little girl being like, "Mommy, I love you. Mommy."
This did, and I was like deciding between this and an X-Files episode. There is definitely an X-Files episode with like a kid
creepy
who's
kids.
like possessed or, you know, like has.
It's the two little girls, the Eves. And they poison everyone with digitalis.
I'm picturing something in like a boatyard or like on like a dock or something, and it's like I might be thinking of a movie. I'm not sure.
There's these little girls that are all clones of Eve.
No, I remember that.
Eve 6, Eve 7.
I remember that. No, this one was definitely something else. I'll look it up.
Okay. And
never remember to bring it up again.
And so there's one mom who's just like really distressed, and she's like, my kid is soupy doops weird. Mm-hmm. This is not normal behavior. She drives her kid into a lake.
Yeah. Well, her husband was murdered in her own garage with a saw. Mm-hmm. So, and then the kid's being weird, and she just breaks out of the brick, or just lets the car go into drive into the lake. Yep. And then, of course, you know what's going to happen.
You know that kid's sitting at the counter dripping.
You know when she gets home, that girl's going to be sitting there with the creepiest smile on her face. Here's that
Mommy,
girl.
Can we get the ice cream?
That girl should have played Lilith.
Yeah.
That girl is way creepier than the girl who played Lilith.
I don't know. It's this creepy little girl trope. Yeah. Like, it's a thing of, like, what's scarier than what we as a society deem to be the most innocent and sweet. Yeah. And it's like, ugh, okay. So this show has, like, and I feel like season 3 is going to be the season where we really talk about, like, the show has a problem with women. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to be like, look, we're going to introduce these women characters, strong women. Here they are. They're this, they're that. Here's Ruby. Here's Lisa. You know, eventually here's
Lauren
Cohan's character. Yeah. And all these things like, oh, see, we can have women, but you're not doing women right? Like you're casting them in these roles that are not complex. Eventually they solve this problem, but it takes a long time to get to Sheriff Jody Bills.
Yeah.
And we're not there yet.
Nope.
And then there's all these moments in this episode where it's like, yeah, you know what? You need to teach your kid not to talk to that handsome weirdo that just sits on the bench and tells him to beat up other kids. Yes, you need to be kicking Dean as far out your house as possible when he just shows up and is like, take my credit card.
Should not have let him stay for the party. Should not have let him stay for the party. 100%. Mm-hmm. That was weird.
Yeah, and then of course, like, we are supposed to believe that she is somehow like a next level superior mom because she takes one look at her kid after he's been changeling and she's like, "You're not Ben. Yeah, this is gross. I'm gonna get out of here." Like, and the other mom's like really struggling with it, which is like, no, you would all like have that moment of being like, "Am I crazy?" Because all of society is trying to tell you at all times that you are crazy.
Yeah,
you know. So, we have at least one lesson learned for each episode. Let's talk about how the rules played out. I found it kind of hard to follow along with something where I didn't have it like in front of me.
Yeah. I tried to keep it in front of me. And it was a lot of rules. And there were a lot of rules, and I think we did a pretty good job of catching most of them. Mm-hmm. We caught 11 of the 18 rules that we were playing, so that was good. The ones
I have 12.
You have 12?
Yeah.
Maybe I counted wrong.
Or no, I just put Dad twice. I wrote Dad twice.
Yes.
It was 11. You're right.
So yes, Dad mentioned 2
times,
a couple times, yeah. And then classic rock, actual
we
distinguished.
We counted once that it was like a discernible, recognizable song.
I got twice.
You got twice.
Yeah, there's twice because there was if you count the Road So Far.
I did.
The Road So Far.
That's the one I was counting.
And then immediately in Magnificent Seven, they're like in the car or whatever, and there's like a classic song, rock song playing on the radio.
Everything else sounded generic to me.
Everything else was generic, but there was just the 2 at the very beginning. One was like an Allman Brothers, and one was.
It sounded weird, didn't it? Didn't it sound weird?
A little bit, yeah.
Just amplified, or like it sounded like.
It just really kicked on strong.
It sounded like a changeling.
Oh no. Did we even get to that part yet? Or talk about the changelings?
Oh, yeah, okay. So they end up being changelings.
Yeah,
they end up being these face suck monsters who like suck the energy out of the moms and kill the dads and then like just move on in the next town. The realtor in the town, which is an X-Files thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And this was like the episode where Scully and Mulder moved to the subdivision.
That's right.
And the dirt.
And the kid.
It's the dirt that's like killing everybody.
Mm-hmm. But that's an episode in season 1 of Supernatural too, where there's the weird kid who likes bugs. Remember?
Yes.
So like it's the realtor. She's the mom of the changelings, and they sort of get out of the corner they painted themselves into, which is like, oh, the only way to kill them is with fire. So are we going to show ourselves blowtorching a bunch of 8-year-olds?
Yeah.
Let's not.
Yeah.
So they kill the realtor mom, and that ends up just poofing all the kids away.
Yeah.
But of course, like,
nice and neat.
Of course, Lisa is like, oh, I knew right away it wasn't.
Right.
That was my kid.
And then she waited, and then like it was the next morning when they roll up with her kid, by the way.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to ask any questions. And he's like, well, in case you do. And she's like, well, I don't really. And he's like, well, I kill monsters. And she's like, I said I really didn't.
I didn't need to know.
And he's like, well, I think that might be my kid. And she's like, it's definitely not your kid. But it also sort of, but like, wink.
But like wink,
we
it's
don't
yours.
know for sure.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I don't want to know any of this about you, but you can stay if you want.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Look, we contain multitudes.
Yeah.
She is, I think Lisa is so far my favorite lady character in this, because she is complicated. Yeah. She is a little complex. She doesn't quite know what she wants.
Okay. Other rules that happened, Dean is eating happened once.
Mm-hmm. Although I think it happened more than once. We just, like, it was hard to... we noticed
Sam was eating at one point, and Ruby was eating with Sam, but I don't think Dean ever actually ate again, because he was... Oh, no, he was there. He was eating cake at the party.
Yeah, he was eating cake at the party.
So twice. At least twice, but I'm pretty sure just twice. All right, Sam interrupts Dean while interrogating. Just the once we counted. Boys get punched in the face. I put just a lot.
I counted 6, but I know I missed some.
Yeah, we missed a few of those. Beauty shot of the Impala. We got 2. Daddy Winchester. I have Dad mentioned twice on here too.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I
had 11.
11.
Then there was a comment about Sam's size.
Yeah, Sam's size mocked.
Mom got mentioned twice.
Yep.
The kid called someone a bitch twice. And then Sam explained the lore.
Yeah.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rules.
I've only got 10.
But if you add up the number of sips, right? So let's just do this real quick. If we played according to the rules laid out in this set of rules for just these 2 episodes, we would have taken 17 sips of our drink and 14 shots.
I think they need to adjust those measurements a little bit.
they need to adjust those measurements. Okay, so if you had to pick your favorite of any of these rules, which is a rule we haven't played, something we should carry on into season 4 with us, I'm not limiting you to how many you can pick. Or were there any that we haven't done before that you liked? Like, for example, I liked Dean is eating and no one else is eating.
Yeah. I really liked the Sam interrupts Dean while interrogating as one of my favorite ones.
And I liked someone makes fun of Sam for being so big.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit.
I like it. Okay, so we also had lessons learned. I think in the Magnificent Seven, the lesson learned is like you gotta live your life to the fullest. Live in the moment, like live in the now.
Yeah.
And then in Kids Are Right, it's like mom needs a break sometimes.
I think it's if your saw turns on and you don't know how it turned on, don't put your face next to it.
Don't approach that saw.
Don't go near it.
You walk away from that house.
Yeah,
move.
Yeah.
You move.
You leave the saw there. You don't take it with you.
Nope.
Because it could just be a cursed object.
Yeah. And also, why do you not have some sort of shield?
Yeah, the safety in that. I mean, there's a lot of things. The people should turn lights on in this show way more often than they do.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, like, it just got real when the mom was sitting in the bathroom with the door locked, being like, Mommy just needs a second. And the kid's outside like, Mama! Mom! Mommy! I love you! Okay, so join us next time.
Yes, please do.
Like, rate, review. We're going to... So in the next episode pairing, we're going to try someone else's supernatural drinking
Maybe
game.
yours.
Maybe yours. Have you got one? Did you put one up?
Send it to us. Send us your Pinterest.
We'll give her a whirl.
Yeah.
We're gravitating towards the handwritten ones just because they're so weird.
Yeah, they are.
So I will put the link to the rules we played in the episode post. If you want to let us know what we missed, please do.
Please. We care.
Give us your hot takes. There was a lot of toxic masculinity, which thankfully we didn't have to drink for. Also, we were not drinking. To be fair and to be honest, we were not drinking along with the rules. We were just drinking.
Yeah, we had to at some points. We went a while without drinking at times.
And we were not going to do 14 shots.
No, we were not.
My 14 shots days are behind me. Even if those 14 shots were just sips, that would be over 30 sips, which is more than the 2 drinks, which is what we're aiming for. We're always aiming for 2 beers, like, not so much that you can't drive home.
I didn't even come close.
Yeah, but we weren't obeying the rules.
I know, but even if I had been, I don't think I was coming close today.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Like, rate, review, thumbs up. I think I maybe said that already. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell Ruby. And be excellent to each other. Hey, when you're out there in the world, saving people, hunting things, you know, the family business. Please remember to be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.